Maria, as our president, why Toastmasters, and even more, why to become a president of a club?
There are several reasons why people usually join Toastmasters, and let me tell you what I joined Toastmasters. I had a really big trauma in public speaking. I was unable to speak for several years, really huge blockage, and then I found that Toastmasters is a place where you can get rid of it, and I came, and the first time I came, I fell in love with Toastmasters. There was a lot of things happening. So why? Because it gave me a place where I could practice my public speaking skills in a very slow manner, like step by step. It is a very safe and supportive environment where you can fail, nobody will judge you, they will support you. You get even a mentor which will encourage you. Every speech you have, you will get evaluated. You say, this is done, you've done wonderful. And this is maybe a place where you can improve a little bit or challenge yourself. So it's really like a gradual and safe environment. It's not just about public speaking. This is the main reason why people, I guess, join. But we stay for the people. In Toastmasters, you can meet so many diverse people from all ages, from all occupations, from all backgrounds, even from different cultures. And I'm not sure where else you can meet so different people. For instance, in our club we have some people that are still students and some that are 60 plus years. So I really like this diverse environment of our members. This is also like a really big organization. It is all over the world. That means that you can go, let's say, to Paris and you can visit Toastmasters clubs there. It is a way that you can quickly get to know some local people and meet with them, hang out with them, even know their cultures, because in every Toastmasters club around the world you are welcome. And there are also quite a lot of possibilities to collaborations. For instance, we have members that they met here at club and they started to do some business together, some podcasts together even. So really the possibilities are endless for everybody. So now to answer the second question, why become a president? As any club, any organization, it does not run by itself, and it needs some dedicated people, and we call them board. So you join the board and you do some various tests, and as presidents you set the tone of the Toastmasters club, you manage all the work that needs to be done, because there is some work behind the scenes and such. And of course I should not forget to mention that you get to have this lovely pin. Did this answer your question?
Yeah, of course. We're gonna continue right on that track. So I know being a president, especially in a club where it's not, well, you don't get paid for that position, let's put it that way. How did you manage in this year of being the president to find a balance between the micromanaging and the trust you put into people?
That's always a challenge, because as you mentioned, we are all volunteers, and it can be difficult because you really you have to trust the people that they will do the work that you ask them to do maybe in their own time, because you have no leverage to say, oh, this needs to be done by Monday, and it doesn't really, it will never work like this. Basically you have to trust the people, and sometimes if some little thing is not done, it's all right.
The letting go part.
Yeah, the letting go part. Yeah.
Okay, so because we want to keep it light, funny, we're gonna have some interjections with some maybe not so standard questions. All right?
Great.
Cool. Let's start with this one. So in Toastmasters, it's a big organization, many things happen. What's the one thing that you would change, no matter how big it is?
And you mean the organization?
Yeah, so you can focus on our club or just Toastmasters in general.
As I said, Toastmasters is really a big organization. It has a long tradition. This year is 100th anniversary. And it has done a lot of good things, but it's something that is kind of a bit behind the, let's say, modern trends. I think it needs some freshening up, some maybe more emphasis on video, because nowadays everybody is doing the videos in a different way. Maybe not in such a way that you are here and you say something, but that you interact with people. I think this I lack in these organizations, this more modern approach. Yeah, that I would change. Some maybe to bring some fresh young people to show us how we can be more interactive.
So you're saying we stop the interview and go live on Facebook and YouTube?
Yeah,
We tried that last year.
Yeah, because it's also we also do a lot of, let's say, quick thinking, where you have to make up with some answer real quick.
Yeah. All right. Continuing on, what's your unpopular opinion around our club or Toastmasters in general?
Unpopular.
Yeah, something that you think not many people would agree. Doesn't have to be bad in any way.
I think that when people hear this is Toastmaster, they almost immediately think that we have something to do with toast, like with the bread, and it's not about toast, the bread. It's about giving a toast.
So, when you practice for your speeches, I mean, you've done 2 pathways, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so you've done many speeches. And first of all would be, how do you practice so that you can deliver the best speech possible? But before that, can you show us one simple face yoga trick? Because that gets us into the mood.
Ooh, I love face yoga. And because we are speakers, we use our tongue. So let's use our tongue as well this time. So a lot of people don't know that we can also practice with our tongue. So let's do it. Will you practice with me?
Of course.
Okay, so place your tongue between your teeth and your mouth. Like this. Just circle around, like really slowly. And if you do this a long time, you will start to feel your tongue. That's what I think. Because we are speakers, we can train our tongue in a different way.
That's a good one. Yeah.
You can practice this in the car, anywhere.
Nice. So what else do you do to make the speech kind of stick in your head so you don't forget it and you have the best delivery possible?
Before answering this, I think that you can really talk about any subject you think of. I spoke about so diverse things and I never look for the speeches, they just came to me. For instance, I walk and I see, I could be talking about that. And then I kind of play with this idea a bit around in my head. So I'm not the type of guy that would just go on the stage and give a speech. I'm not that type of guy. Maybe I will be. So I play with it and then I slowly started, I will say this and I will say this and this. And then after a while I put them like in a comprehensive way to put them all together. Sometimes I even wrote my speeches. I don't do that a lot of times. But sometimes I do, but then when I have it in my head on my paper, then I go in front of the mirror and I try to say it out loud. And usually when this happens, I see that it's really different when you write the speech compared to when you say it. So a lot of times I just add it. So I'm not in love in any lines I wrote. I say any line can be changed. After several repeats, I'm ready. And my secret is that really before any public speaking live, I do a so-called power pose. I go on the toilet and I do a power pose. It's a very simple power pose. I heard this on TED Talk. You just lift your head really up high in the sky and you stay it like this for at least 60 seconds. And if I'm really in the mood, I sometimes even dance to it. And that's my preparation. And then I go on the stage and I really enjoy being on the stage.
Nice. Yeah, power pose is a winner always.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that in our club we have maybe 2 or 3 meetings a year dedicated to that. It just somehow happens, but it's a big part of being on the stage, definitely, preparing before you step on that. And talking about stages, Toastmaster stage is a big one because it happens in every city on this world, basically.
More or less, yes.
So many clubs, so many different stages, big and small. And I want to know, what's your biggest fail that you've had on a Toastmaster stage, and one that you've seen? You don't have to be specific, but something that stuck with you. We're always learning, of course, but the fails are something to remember, right?
It's connect to so-called impromptu speeches, because some people are born with this skill that they can just go and talk about anything like that. I'm not that person, that girl. I need to prepare a bit. So in the beginning, when I went to impromptu speeches and I was giving a question, so sometimes I was starting to talk and there was like complete blackness. I didn't know what to say anymore. So like nothing, and I was just like, oh, that's it. I went off the stage, but as I said, nobody judged me, nobody laughed at me, and it really gave me courage that really, little by little, I improved my impromptu speeches, and nowadays from time to time, I even won on some occasion this, let's say, a little competition.
Yeah, now that you're answering, I actually see that there is no failure in Toastmasters, because even the person who's gonna blank out on the stage is gonna get a big applause.
Yeah, so maybe even bigger, yeah, for the courage.
Yeah, and the encouragement at the end is always so positive. I mean, uplifting. Of course, you get all the mistakes kind of pointed out, but that's why you're there. So.
And it's never like when you're evaluated for your speech, it's never like somebody saying, and you did this bad and you should be doing that, but it's really like in a friendly way, and you did this well and this improved. So yeah, I really like this gradual, let's say, improvement and feedback.
Very nice. All right, we're gonna go towards the ending questions from my side, but semi-serious question would be, if you had unlimited budget, what would you do with our club, at our club?
Wow.
Besides the bouncy castle, of course.
I would get us all on some district conference. No, actually, I would organize district conference in Ljubljana. I'm really looking forward for the day when we will organize this in our town. For you that don't know what I'm talking about, this is like a big conference from several countries that are linked together. And they come to this conference and we have many competitions, high value workshops, and I would really like to have this in Ljubljana. But besides that, I would also, I would have to think a bit. I would have to make a plan, strategic. I would have to ask my board what they do think, what should we do.
You'd never ask the board again if we have enough budget to do that.
Yeah.
Whatever it be. All right, so we're not doing that bad, huh?
Yeah, we are doing quite all right.
Amazing. And for the end, it's gonna be a bit more similar to the impromptu speeches, where you give a couple of words for an answer, that's all. You don't even get a sentence. And it's a rapid fire to get to know you, to get to know what you think about the world, maybe. Are you keen for that?
Hmm.
Yeah? Alright. Simple one. What's your favorite food combo / pairing?
I'm really a woman of a simple taste, so my favorite is banana sprinkled with cacao and with sour cream. Yeah.
Wow. I don't think I've had it before, so looking forward.
And if you want to really spice it up, you can also put some coconut flour on it.
If you feel coconutty.
Mm.
Alright. What's your favorite board position at Toastmasters?
I like all of them. I was really enjoying when I was
No,
there.
that's not the question.
I think I like being a president. Really, it's yeah, I like being a president.
Nice. They're all
I will not
special.
miss this. It's a lot of work, but I like it.
Beautiful. What's your favorite drink?
Water with roses.
Nice. So straight up roses from your garden?
Yes.
We can all do it?
How do I mean? Yes.
As long as we have roses, we just pick the petals and put them in?
But no spraying over the roses, so they
Right,
have to
got
be
it.
like really organic on roses. I don't want anybody that poisons.
Right. What's your favorite winning speech at the World Cup, World Championship of Public Speaking, I believe?
I don't think I've watched them so many of them. I haven't seen so many speeches.
Not a favorite already. Who's your celebrity crush?
Celebrity. Right now, nobody. But when I was in 3rd grade, I had a really crush about a star who played in it was Galactica. It was some pilot.
Nice.
Yeah, it was star.
Nice,
Galactica.
nice.
Yeah.
Alright, and the last one. What's your favorite type of speech to give or to receive?
To receive, I think it's always nice when you hear somebody who is really humorous. But for my speeches, I think I prefer to be provocative. I touch subjects that people usually don't like to talk about or they don't dare to talk about, so I do that instead of that. It's not that for me, because there are so many questions in this world that we don't talk about them, and somebody has to do that.
Amazing. Alright, so from my side that's all, and I thank you for that. But before we let everyone go, we have a paper with notes as well. So what did we miss? What do you still want to put out into the world?
I would still like that it is really, Toastmasters is really a tool that you can help you find your authentic voice. In these 8 years that I've been at Toastmasters, I really started to feel the love for being on stage. I think I'm most myself when I'm on the stage and to give the message that I feel that's inside of me to others. Yeah, and I like to say that once a Toastmasters, always a Toastmaster. And before I close up, there's really one thing I would like to say. We've been talking a lot about public speaking, but Toastmasters is not just about public speaking. It's a big part, but it's also social activities. Because when you spend so much time with people, you get to know them better. You spend time with them, of course, and we also socialize a lot. We have a lot of activities. For instance, next week we will be having a picnic, and we also go for some dinner parties. And yeah, I also like this social mingling part as well.
Beautiful. You want to sign us out?
Yeah, okay. Join Toastmasters. Once a Toastmaster, always a Toastmaster.
Thank you.